What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another vintage collection market update. We have got some holy grails that have sold here recently that I wanted to cover, as well as some TVC 1.0. We've got some graded items, and as you can tell by this thumbnail, there were some pretty incredible mint on card TVC items that sold. We had an unpunched Darth Vader name pill Anakin Skywalker. We had the European version of Doctor Aphra that sold at auction, and for those of you that are not aware of that figure, we'll go through that in more detail, but that is a very, very rare figure, very tough to find. And then an unpunched Clone Commander Cody also sold. We saw one that sold a year ago for almost $1,000, so let's see what this one sold for. As always, thank you to my Patreon supporters. I appreciate the channel support. Patreon.com/actionfiguregrader is where you can go to sign up and get all of my videos 24 hours early access. Let's dig in. The first one is where it all started. Dengar VC01. This one was punched, obviously. I don't think I've ever seen an unpunched example. This one sold for $86 on 10 bids plus $6.20 shipping. That's a pretty fair price. Dengar in general has come back down just a little bit. It creeped up into the high 150s, even like 175 earlier this year, and it's since come back down, obviously, with the reissue announcement from Hasbro. So this one looked to be in really clean condition. It had the free rocket-firing Boba Fett offer sticker, and $86 is a really fair price in my mind for that one. That looked to be in really great shape overall. That was the US card back. Very, very clean. Next up was a graded VC08 Ultimate Galactic Hunt foil chase card for Darth Vader. Really nice example. This one is one I do have in my collection, graded CAS 90. And this one was on the modern scale, graded by AFA 8.5. I was curious to see what this one would sell for, and it actually went a little bit more than I thought it would. I was expecting about $150. This one sold for $165.50 plus $12.75 shipping, but a really nice example of that foil VC08 Vader. Next up was a punched example US card back for General Grievous. This is another one that's kind of been hovering around between $75 and $95. This one sold for $72 plus $6.20 shipping. Again, I thought that price was very fair. The card back looked to be in pretty great shape overall. Just some very, very light edge wear overall. And thank you again to Mike C., who is a Patreon supporter and so kindly sent this to me as a gift. I just can't thank you enough, and my example is that CAS being graded right now. We'll probably get it back in 2026 or so. Next up, we've got an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again, it was punched VC16 with the rocket-firing Fett offer. Very, very clean card, though. Just some very light edge wear in the bottom right-hand corner by the proof of purchase on the back. $75 plus $6.20 shipping. I thought that price was very fair and very much in line with market. Next up, we've got a punched example of the Anakin Skywalker name pill. And this is one that's kind of come back down a little bit. Unpunched, though, and with the Darth Vader name pill. That's where the action's at, and we're going to cover that in a second. But this one sold for $51 plus $6.20 shipping. Again, I thought that price was very fair. It did have like a little kind of crease type thing going on to the right of the hang tab on the front of the card. But a beautiful example, and I think that was kind of right in line with market. Now let's dig into some holy grails that sold here recently. And the first one is what I just told you, Darth Vader name pill unpunched. This is a primo example, very much a grail as it's outlined in the title of the auction. And it was at auction, $244.50. Free shipping. I thought that was a great price, really. We talked about one that sold exact same item, unpunched Darth Vader name pill Anakin from Revenge of the Sith, that sold for $400. Well, this one sold for $244.50, and again, that was the US card back, unpunched. Great buy there. I thought that was a very fair price. And then this is the other holy grail I wanted to talk about before we dig into Doctor Aphra. This is an unpunched Clone Commander Cody. This is very, very difficult to find, and only the second example I've seen sell on eBay in the last year or so. I'm sure there's been others that I've missed, but this one sold at auction, and I do know who bought this. It was a Patreon supporter. It was kind of his last big hurrah for the year, and he did share with me that he bought this, so congratulations to who bought this. A beautiful, beautiful example. That one sold for $761 on 43 bids. Now, you'll remember about a year ago, I did a video on one that sold, and it sold for $970 plus shipping. This one was $761 free shipping. Just given how how rare these are and how, you know, infrequently they come up on eBay. And given that the market is down a little bit, you know, 761 versus 970 about a year ago, that seems to be probably about right. Just given that the collectibles market in general has pulled back quite a bit. But here it is. You can tell it's a very clean card, beautiful, shiny, and definitely unpunched, not some hijinks going on where sellers try to put the little punch back into the hanger tab. So this one was a beautiful example of VC19. And this one is just one of those items that very tough to find, and congratulations to the TVC collector who bought that one. 761 free shipping, took that one home. Now let's talk about Doctor Aphra. Several of you sent this one to me and said you were going after it, so I stayed away. Not that I could afford this one right now, but this one is a beautiful example of the European card for Doctor Aphra. And I know that sounds funny, you know, it's like, Doctor Aphra, how could that possibly be expensive? But what's unique about this European card, it doesn't have the warning label in the upper right-hand corner above the Luke and Leia. This one did have a little bit of a crease going on, which held the price back just a little bit. We documented one on the channel that sold for a little bit more than this. I want to say it was around 600 US dollars. I don't remember the exact number, but another Patreon supporter bought that one. And this one did go at auction for 325 pounds, which is 393 US dollars. I talked to a few folks, Boss Bounty, and we all thought it was going to go for at least 500 pounds, but I think that crease on the top of the card back held the price back just a little bit. So beautiful example. It came with a sliding acrylic case. Congratulations, because this is ultra rare. This is definitely one of those items that's extremely tough to find, and it's got the multi-language on the back, the multi-language warnings. So this is the very tough to find European example for Doctor Aphra VC129. Congratulations to whoever bought that. I don't know who did, but that's one I would absolutely love to have in my collection. It's just, I just don't have the timing was terrible. The timing is pretty much terrible for me on anything right now, because I'm trying to save up for a big item that I don't know if I'll get it or not, but I'm kind of in saving mode right now, just trying to sell off a few items to pay for hopefully a Holy Grail that ends next week. Next up, we've got a couple of examples of VC61, the Boba Fett prototype armor. Beautiful unpunched example here. That one sold for $61 plus $14.20 shipping. And then this one, this seller used a Collector Archive Services photo, but it was not this graded item. It was just showing what's inside this sealed mailer box. So this one sold for $75 free shipping versus $61 plus $14 shipping. So there's your price point right now if you're looking for a VC61 prototype Boba Fett. It's about $75 all in. And that's a great price. I mean, you know, we talked about on this channel graded examples, uncirculated 9.0s on the modern scale that have gone for as much as $400. Well, that has pulled way back. And so for an ungraded example that's untouched, still in the mailer box where you could send it in to be graded uncirculated, $75 is an absolute deal right now for that one. Next up, we've got another Boba Fett. This is the Revenge of the Jedi Boba Fett with the prototype Fett offer sticker. So this is the retail example, not the SDCC box set example. This one was listed for $105, and the best offer that was accepted was $95. This seller had a number of examples that we're getting ready to go through that all looked very clean. I mean, the photos were not great, but he was slashing and burning and accepting a lot of really low prices. So this one was $105, which I thought just by itself was great, but somebody was able to pick it up for $95 plus $6.55 shipping. Weequay Skiff Master, this one was only listed for $65. It was unpunched, and the best offer that was accepted was $50. $50 is a steal of a deal for this one. US card back, again, unpunched. It looked very clean, just a light edge wear there on the left-hand side, as you can see on the back of the card, but that is a great deal. $50 plus free shipping on that one. Same seller also had the Princess Leia Sandstorm outfit, deleted scene Blu-ray figure. That one was listed for $100, and we've documented this one that has sold for about $125 recently. But it was listed for $100 free shipping, and $80 was the accepted offer on that one. So that one was another slash and burn price. Sandstorm Lando Calrissian, he also took $50 for this one, best offer accepted. Again, this seller just had and you might want to look him up on eBay. EXCHU_collectibles is the seller. He's from Colorado. He or she is from Colorado, but he's got a number of other TVC 1.0 figures still for sale right now that are all really great prices. So you might want to look him up if you are in the market for some TVC 1.0. So that one was $50, and then he had the AT-RT driver, $65. We've talked about this one that has been very regularly right around $100. The best offer that was accepted on that one was $45. $45 free shipping for an unpunched AT-RT driver. So that is an absolute steal relative to where this one has been selling. So again, you might want to go look him up to see what else he has. But one item he does have, he's got he had two of these VC-44 Luke Skywalker Dagobah landings unpunched. One of them did sell in less than 24 hours ago for $110 free shipping. But he's got one more, and it's make an offer. So maybe make him a lowball offer, because this is a great price even as is. But as you can tell by some of these other items that he's had, he's been taking some very lowball offers. So maybe you offer him $70 and just see what happens. But $110 on that one is a great deal. So just a number of really nice TVC 1.0 that he's taking very low offers for right now. Next up is VC 115 Darth Vader Emperor's Wrath. That one sold for $197.99 free shipping. So that is definitely a high point here recently. This one has come back down into the kind of 150 range, but this one sold for $200. Next up was a 3-pack, and I think I've got a few special action figure sets to go through. This one is the Imperial Forces pack with Bosk, IG-88, and a Hoth Stormtrooper. It was a punched box, but it sold for $119.49 free shipping. I thought that price was great. The box looked to be in pretty impeccable condition, so I think that was a great price. The Doctor Aphra comic set that was an SDCC exclusive in 2018. This one was unpunched. This one sold down in Australia for 150 Australian dollars or 101 US dollars plus $40 shipping. And again, that one's kind of gone back up again a little bit. It kind of got up to about 100 and 125, and then it dropped back down to about $80 here recently. This one sold for $101 plus shipping. Next up was Jocasta Nu, yet another Jocasta Nu sold. I think a lot of sellers are seeing that this one is finally going up in price, so they're all selling it at auction. This one sold for $182.50 plus $20 shipping, so about $200. So that's kind of the going rate right now for Jocasta Nu, and the box on this one looked to be in pretty great shape overall. Just some minor edge wear on the lower left-hand corner. But again, that one is hovering right around $175 to $200. Next up was an unpunched example of VC-112 Sand Trooper, and we talk about this one a lot. This one had the dirty armor, which goes for a little bit more money versus just the plain white armor. Again, an unpunched U.S. card back. That one sold for $137.50. I thought that was a pretty good price, really. $13.50 shipping, but we've talked about this one hitting $200 pretty regularly, and even higher than that when graded. So $137.50 plus $13.50 shipping was a good price. I got a few graded examples to finish off the video. We got an uncirculated Grief Karga 9.0 on the modern scale. That one sold for $69 at auction, 13 bids on free shipping. That was a great price. Next up was one that continues to command a pretty good price, and that's the Walmart exclusive Mando with Grogu Maldo Kreese kind of deluxe set. That one was graded 8.5 on the modern scale with archival casing. That one sold for $140 free shipping. It had been hovering in auction between $113 and $125. So someone paid up a little bit for that one, $140. And then finally, well, not finally, I got two more. This is an uncirculated 9.25 Grogu, and that one sold for $120 plus $10.20 shipping. And then finally, we had a pretty high price on Clone Captain Rex from that Bad Batch 4-pack. That one was graded 9.25 on the modern scale, and that sold for $165 free shipping. So that's kind of a new high watermark for one of those clones where they send in the whole 4-pack and then uncirculated graded all of these. And I take that back. This one is not uncirculated grading. It just says Amazon 4-pack exclusive. So it's not uncirculated, but it is 9.25 grade and unpunched, which is how they came inside that Bad Batch 4-pack. But a beautiful Clone Captain Rex for $165 plus free shipping. That's all I really had for this video. Some really incredible grails sold in this batch. I'm sure we'll have another video in about a week or so covering vintage collection prices. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon.